Hello, everyone. Welcome to our YouTube channel, the AI Math Guys. My name is Jay, the AI Math Guy number two. AI Math Guy number one, Zach, is currently in Asia doing some shady stuff. You know what I mean? No, I'm just kidding. He's a very cool guy. He doesn't do any shady stuff. No shady stuff. Shady stuff, bad. Welcome to our YouTube channel where we help your kids love math using AI. In this video, I'm going to share with you the experiment that I conducted on my students. Muhahaha. Using the guided learning mode in Google Gemini. For those of you who don't know the guided learning mode, it essentially acts like a tutor, breaking down the problem step by step, not giving the answers right away, so that the amount of text shown to the student is limited and digestible for student. The flow of this video, I'm going to share what I tried, why I tried it, what actually happened, what surprised me, and what this all means for you. And watch the video until the end because I'm going to share with you a tip that is so obvious and looking straight at you in the eyes, but you probably don't know about it yet. And this tip is going to be a game changer for your kids to love math using AI. So let's get started. What I tried. So I told my entire class, all right, everybody open up Google Gemini, turn on guided learning, upload the math problem that I just shared with you, talk to it and solve the problem. So everybody opened it up, uploaded the math problem that I just gave them, and everybody just started talking to it. Nothing surprising here. Everybody felt like it was pretty good and guided them through the problems. Number two, why I tried this experiment. Well, I wanted to try this experiment because I wanted my students to have direct experience working with AI and using AI to get help with their math. What better way for students to get exposed to it than to actually use the thing? And that's why I asked all of my students to go ahead and use Google Gemini. Number three, what happened? So initially, nothing surprising like I shared before. Students thought it was helpful, but nothing too crazy. But something interesting happened 6 weeks in. What's very interesting is that the students began to tell me that they didn't want AI to be the first thing that they used when starting to solve a math problem. Let me give a little bit more context. The first thing that they did when they came across a math problem was to upload it to Gemini and just start talking with it. And that's what we just started doing. Whether it's individual work, whether it's teamwork, it's just the first thing that they did when they had a math problem is just to upload it and get help from Gemini. After 6 weeks of my students just going straight to Gemini when they saw a math problem, they themselves started telling me, Mr. Kim, I don't want to use AI first. And I was like, that's very interesting. Tell me more. Why don't you want to use AI first? And they said, it's because I want to try the problem on my own first. And that to me was very surprising. And here's why. As my students were using it, they just started coming up with this idea or this belief that AI shouldn't be the first thing that they need to go to first when they're solving a problem. I guess my takeaway for this piece is like two things. Students value their own critical thinking more than we give them credit for. And many students already have a healthy internal sense of appropriate AI use. I was very proud and also very surprised at the same time. Like, nobody told them, but internally, their conscience was telling them, hey, this is appropriate and this is not appropriate. I think parents, teachers, and schools are very afraid that students are going to abuse AI, which, by the way, I'm sure that there is a set of students who are going to just use AI to just copy and paste everything on their homework. I have those students as well. But we cannot also discount a set of students where they themselves internally have a healthy sense of appropriate AI use. Because we're so focused on this set of kids who are going to abuse it, we're now taking the opportunity away from all of these kids who can benefit from it. And when given the opportunity to use it, we'll use it wisely, appropriately, and correctly, and healthily. I don't know if that's a word, but healthily. I'm gonna now share with you one very practical tip that you can use to help your kids love math using AI. The practical tip is what I call the 2-minute rule. No matter how difficult the math problem is or whatever math problem that the students are given, encourage your kids to not touch AI for at least 2 minutes. And for those 2 minutes, their entire job is to just use their brain and their critical thinking to wrestle with the problem and try the problem on their own. In some cases, what you will find that the student doesn't actually even need the AI after 2 minutes because they were able to solve the problem on their own. But there's also cases when students, after trying the problem on their own for 2 minutes, they get stuck. And so they use AI then to get unstuck so that they can continue to solve the problem. If you're a math teacher and you want to start using AI in the classroom, one thing I would encourage you to do is start using the 2 minute rule. So give them the problem, put up a 2 minute timer, and for those 2 minutes, they have to just use their brains. They cannot go to AI, it's just silent think time. Only after those 2 minutes, if they are stuck on that problem, they can go use AI. If you're a parent and you're using AI to help your kids with math, make sure that your kid tries the problem on their own. Put up a timer for 2 minutes and encourage your child, hey, for 2 minutes, no AI. I just want you to use your own brain. And only after 2 minutes and you are stuck, then use AI to get you unstuck. When you're watching this or listening to this, you're like, obviously, why would you encourage your students to get guidance or help on something when they don't even know if they need guidance or help on something? Yes, it's very obvious now that I'm talking about it. When I first started playing around with AI, to be honest, it wasn't too obvious. And now, after 6 weeks and retroactively looking back, I'm like, oh, that makes total sense. Because if you think about a human tutor or a human guide or a human teacher, you would want your kid to try the problem on their own before asking for help. Why would you want them to get help before they actually tried it on their own? Doesn't make any sense. But I needed 6 weeks of experimentation to come to this realization. Don't judge me. What this means for you, my encouragement to you is to give your child the benefit of the doubt. Yes, is there a chance that they might just completely abuse it? Yeah. But there's also a good chance. Remember, it took my students 6 months to come to this conclusion, where after using it, they come to a healthy use of AI themselves. And your kid might be one of those kids. So I'd say let's give them the benefit of the doubt, let them use it, and see if they come to a healthy understanding of appropriate AI use themselves. You might disagree. If you disagree, put it in the comments. Let's talk about it. And number two is to use the 2 minute rule. Give your students time to think, wrestle, struggle with a problem for 2 minutes. And if they get stuck, they can use Gemini, they can talk to a partner, they can talk to the teacher, they can talk to you, parent, and they can figure out from there on what to do to solve the problem. As the AI math guy number two, I want to continue to experiment with AI and math so that I can help your kids love math using AI. If you want to go on this journey of helping your kids love math using AI, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'd appreciate it very much. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.